Hey guys, welcome to the shop. I wanted to make a video here about my leather work. I don't really claim to be a leather worker. I'm not like one of those guys that makes saddles and holsters and all kinds of stuff. But being a knife maker, I figured a long time ago that I needed to learn how to do sheaths and be able to do my own sheath work and to be able to put my knives in my own sheaths. Uh, and sometimes that is kind of hard to do for a knife maker to do his own leather work. But anyhow, I learned how to do it, and I have tried to provide an above average, let's say, sheath for my customers who purchase my knives. Um, that doesn't mean that I'm really great at it, because there are some really good leather workers out there. And if you want a good custom sheath, I would suggest that you go to one of those guys to get your real nice sheaths made, because that's not what I'm geared to do here. I'm not. I don't can't put all those little designs and all that kind of stuff on them. I just make a good sheath for the knife. And anyhow, I wanted to kind of show you the types of sheaths I've done. I've done videos on this before, but there's a couple of things about attachments that I'd like to bring out and show you and tell you about, because sometimes in the survival world and military world, well, you want to have some kind of a fire starter or sharpening equipment or some kind of little survival tent or whatever that attaches to your sheath, and so that's what I wanted to kind of bring out today. But first, I make mainly two types of sheath. I make a pancake style sheath, which is something like this right here, which is we call this a loop back sheath. It's got a loop, the loop over, it loops over and attaches in here. There are different ways of doing pancake style sheaths, but this is the main one that I do, is this type of loop back sheath. And then there is a fold over type sheath, and the fold over sheath, it means that it's not sewn all the way around, it's just sewn, around the edge. Now, this particular one here is done a little different than some fold over sheaths, because I'll put the vertical carry strap on the back of it. I call this a multi-carry sheath, because you can change the straps around, carry it vertically or horizontally, and all kinds of ways you can carry that particular sheath. So those are the main two types of sheaths that I do, but I also do some attachments that can be attached to the sheath. Now, like on this first one, the first thing you saw was the first one you saw was this attachment is sewn onto the sheath, and you can put a hone in this little pouch here, which I'm sure y'all have seen those before. Now, you can also sew on one of these round type hones like this onto the front of a sheath. So those are two ways of attaching it right to the sheath, but it's not detachable. You can't take it off of the sheath. So that's the reason I came up with this particular way of doing it. Is I've got this little rig here. Is this one has a fire starter, and it has a hone in the pouch here. And so on the back of it, you can run a belt through here, or you can put it on the sheath using straps through each one of these areas here. So that attached to the can attach to the front of the sheath, and then you can take it off. With this vertical carry sheath, this pancake style loop back sheath, you can put it onto the front of the sheath using this flap here. using that flap, well, you can run it through there and put it on the front of the sheath. And then if you don't want it on there, if you want it on your belt or on some web gear or something, well, you can pull it off of there, and so it's detachable like that. Now, in these attachments that I do, I'm not real elaborate on these. Try to keep it pretty simple. I've got about 3 different things that I can put in the attachments. Is the hone, the fire starter, and a little survival tin. Now this one here has the round hone. It has a sharpener in a round hone sharpener, and it also has the survival tin. The survival tin, I make it up myself. Also, the fire starter, let me say this first, the fire starter has a striker with it too. If you don't want to use the back of your knife, it has a striker with it. Also, I put these survival tins together myself. And you'll notice on the back of this one, I have this foam stuff on the back of it. That's for guys who want to sharpen their knives convex. And the way you do that, you can see my video on that. I have a way to sharpen knives convexly. I got a video that shows you how to do that. But once you learn how to do that, well then in the field, well, you still got this little deal here that you can use with this survival tin. You can take the stuff out of it, and you can take your I supply a little bit of emery cloth. You can do your other if you want to, and then you can just put this on the back of it like that to be able to sharpen your knife. If I can find a knife here, this is a pretty good size one to do that with, but you just do it like that, you see, or pull it to you to be able to sharpen your knife using the back of that, and do a convex edge on it instead of a straight angle edge. Now the reason that I did that and come up with this for field sharpening was because of some Special Forces guys that I have known. They like something like that because you're not going to be able to take a Lansky or some kind of sharpening equipment into the field with you. You're trying to travel light and so forth, so this kind of way of doing it, sharpening convexly, besides its convex edges hold up better, you can sharpen it in the field a lot easier without having to use other kind of equipment to be able to do it. But anyhow, within this little sharpening, this little tin, I put that emery cloth like you saw, and I also put some tinder, a couple of split shot, a couple of hooks, and I also make up, I do this myself, I put a little monofilament line in there with it. That's just what I put in there. If you want to put something else, take this out, whatever you want to do, you could do it yourself, you know. But anyhow, I wanted to show you the little survival tin that I do. And I put it in this deal here. Now, if you don't, you know, if you don't want the survival tin, well then you can just leave that out. And then what I do is make a little narrower one of these and bring these two closer together, and there's nothing in the middle then. You could put something in there if you wanted to, I guess. But anyhow, that's the way I do those, and that kind of gives you an overview of the attachments. You can do various ways of doing it. Of course, you don't want a round sharpener and a flat sharpener. Well, I guess you could if you wanted to, but I mean, that's really up to you. Now, on the flat sharpeners, I also put that soft back on the back of those. You've got a diamond sharpener on the front. This little groove is for sharpening fish hooks, and and the front, this is a diamond hone on the front, and then I put this little foam on the back where you can take that piece of emery cloth and just put it over that like that, and then you can sharpen convex with it. You got to get it down on something and push down, you know, to do it. But I mean, it's not the best way to sharpen, but it will do in a pinch. Okay. Sometimes there are pinches that come along. I'll guarantee you. You probably figured that out in life. We all get in a pinch once in a while, and sometimes you need to sharpen your knife in the field when you're not able to get to where you got a shop or someplace where, or bench or something where you can do it right. Well, anyhow, that kind of gives you an overview. I'm going to put this video up, and if you, when you get one of my knives, if you decide that you want one of these on your sheath, well, all you got to do is let me know. Now, I may have to build it. I may not have it in stock, or I may have to adjust some things, you know. You can't put it on just a regular pouch sheath. You can put it on the loop back sheaths if they don't have anything on the front. So I have to put a flap on the front, sew a flap on it for it to fit. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.